2 weeks ago, I was sitting in a centuries-old Italian kitchen, learning how to make fresh pasta from a 70-year-old nonna who barely spoke English. I was staying in her family's home, eating 3 incredible meals a day, and exploring hidden villages that most tourists never see. And here's the kicker. I didn't pay a single euro for accommodation or food. No, I'm not rich. I don't have a trust fund or a corporate sponsorship. I discovered something that completely changed how I think about travel. And by the end of this episode, you'll know exactly how to do it too. I'm someone who's always had wanderlust, but never had the bank account to match. You know that feeling when you see those Instagram travel posts and think, must be nice to have rich parents? That was me. I was spending more time dreaming about travel than actually traveling. Then, I stumbled across something that sounded too good to be true. A way to travel where locals actually invite you into their homes, feed you authentic meals, and show you their world. Not the tourist version, but the real version. And in return, you just help them out for a few hours each day. I was skeptical, really skeptical, but I figured, what's the worst that could happen? So I took the leap, and it completely transformed not just how I travel, but how I see the world. The platform is called Workaway, and it's basically a global network that connects travelers with hosts who need help with various projects. Think of it as a cultural exchange program, but way more flexible and accessible. Here's how it works. You browse through thousands of opportunities worldwide. Maybe it's helping at a surf hostel in Portugal, working on an organic farm in New Zealand, or teaching English to kids in Thailand. You apply, get accepted, and then you work typically 4 to 5 hours a day in exchange for free accommodation and usually free meals. But here's what makes it different from just getting a job abroad. You're not stuck in one place. You're not working 40-hour weeks. And you're living with locals who genuinely want to share their culture with you. Let me paint you a picture of my Italian experience. I found a family in a small town called Montepulciano. Yeah, like the wine. Who needed help with their English and some light household tasks. The host was Maria, a single mom with 2 teenage kids who runs a small bed and breakfast. My typical day started at 7 a.m. with the best espresso I've ever had in my life. I'd help the kids with their English homework for about an hour. Then maybe help Maria with some cleaning or organizing. By noon, I was free to explore. And explore I did. I hiked through vineyards that have been family-owned for generations. I discovered this tiny medieval village where the local baker still makes bread in a wood-fired oven that's literally 400 years old. I went to a local festival where I was the only foreigner and somehow ended up dancing with the mayor's grandmother. The food! Oh my God, the food! Every meal was like a cooking class. Maria would teach me family recipes while we cooked together. Her 15-year-old son, Marco, showed me how to make perfect risotto. Even the local grocery shopping became an adventure because Maria knew everyone and would introduce me as her American daughter. This wasn't just accommodation. This was full cultural immersion. I learned more Italian in 2 weeks than I did in 2 years of college classes because I was using it every single day with people who genuinely cared about helping me.
If you're thinking, this sounds amazing, but where do I even start? Here's your step-by-step roadmap. First, go to workaway.info and create a profile. This is crucial. Your profile is your first impression. Upload good photos of yourself. Write a genuine bio about who you are and what you're looking for. And be specific about your skills. Can you cook? Speak multiple languages? Are you good with kids? Have construction experience? All of this matters. The annual membership costs about $50, which sounds like a lot until you realize that's less than 1 night in a decent hotel in most major cities. Next, start browsing opportunities. Use the filters, search by country, type of work, duration, and read the descriptions carefully. Look for hosts with good reviews and clear expectations.
When you find places that interest you, don't just send generic messages. I see too many people write, "Hi, I'm interested in your opportunity." That's not going to get you anywhere. Instead, mention something specific about their project, explain why you're interested, and share relevant experience. For example, instead of, "I want to help at your hostel," try, "I noticed you're looking for help with social media marketing at your surf hostel in Portugal." I actually managed social media for a small business back home, and I'm really interested in sustainable tourism. I'd love to help you reach more travelers while learning about the local surf culture. Be patient with responses. Good hosts get dozens of applications, so it might take a week or 2 to hear back. And be prepared for rejections. It's not personal. It's just about finding the right fit. Here are some insider tips I wish I'd known when I started. First, timing matters. If you're flexible with your dates, you'll have way more options. Peak tourist season means more competition for spots. Second, consider less popular destinations. Everyone wants to go to Paris or Rome, but some of my best experiences have been in small towns you've never heard of. Third, build relationships with hosts, even after you leave. I'm still in touch with Maria from Italy, and she's connected me with other hosts in her network. The Workaway community is surprisingly tight-knit. And finally, document everything, not just for social media, but for your own memories. I keep a travel journal, and looking back at my entries from different Workaway experiences is like reading adventure novels of my own life. That's a wrap on today's episode. If this inspired you to take the leap into alternative travel, I'd love to hear about it. Send me a message or tag me on social media. I am always excited to hear about people's Workaway adventures. And if you enjoyed this episode, please share it with someone who loves to travel but thinks they can't afford it. Because honestly, the biggest tragedy isn't not having money to travel. It's not knowing that there are other ways to see the world. Until next time, keep exploring, keep learning, and remember, the best adventures are the ones you never planned for.